Hi, I'm back. I just want to throw myself right in. I've already started. There's one packet, two packet, three packet. Here's a fourth packet, and I got a fifth packet in there. So I've got 5 different flavors that I'm going to be doing. I've got 2 of them. I got the Hunter blend here, and I got the teriyaki in this one here. Basically, all I'm doing is cutting it into strips like so. Against the grain. You want to do it against the grain. And what I'm going to do is take this batch here and put it into the teriyaki, and then grab a different batch. I have rinsed the meat several times now. It's just, if you know venison, you know venison. That one's that one. This one. That way I'm not dragging it across. Each one of these is a single packet. So what I'm trying to do is keep them together so that it's like the flavor or the meat of all the same deer, so to speak. I'm saying that at a quarter. There's a half. I'm not saying they're a full pound, but I put the little packet in, and the packets are this big, the flavor packets. This one here is sweet and spicy. I'm going to use that one too. But this is the cure, and you want to put 3/4 tablespoon or teaspoon in, and then you just, and then that, and then that. Then I'm going to give it a mix with my hands, but I'm also going to add some liquid smoke to it. Liquid smoke is good for any kind of jerky. It doesn't matter what flavor you use. You want it to be a smoky flavor because it's jerky. And if you were doing it back in the old days, you would be definitely doing it over smoke. You would be hanging the meat over something, and then you'd have it smoking. That's how they did it back in the day. So this is going to be gross. You just kind of mix it in and get it all mixed in with this flavoring. Woo! Does that smell good? Everything smells good. I wish I had like a way of so other people could smell it. I went to Northwoods, and they literally, I took a picture, I'll post it. They didn't have squat. I mean, I had to get a variety pack just to be able to get the teriyaki that I wanted to get. I don't know what's going on. That place used to have so many different flavors that, you know, it was unbelievable. But now all of a sudden it's like they don't have nothing. I don't know if they were just short now or what. But when I post the pictures, you'll be able to see there was a lot of missing stuff. That smells like teriyaki. So you basically mix it with the seasoned packet and the cure. Get it all in here. I put in the liquid smoke. I might put some Worcestershire in the pepper one and the sweet and spicy one. But after you get it like this, you're basically making sure it's all over everything. Then you're going to put it in a Ziploc bag that says Mandarin Teriyaki and Hunter Blend. Then they go into the refrigerator. Get down in that stuff. And they sit overnight. Then we will get the dehydrator out in the morning, and we will have at it. All I'm doing is, these are like the steaks. I'm just finding it, making sure I got it. I don't want them super long because they're hard to do with the dehydrator. My dehydrator is like a rectangular shape. I used to have a round one where you could put long strips on it, but you can't put long strips on the one that I got now. And then just kind of cut it against the grain. I got some news today about my Harley. With his having accidents and drinking a lot of water and stuff, and They said it has absolutely nothing to do with his pain meds because that's never affected anybody. They think it has something to do with, they want a sample. So it's either going to be a UTI, and if it's not a UTI, then it's going to be his age and possibly kidney failure, which I can't think about that right now. I can't. Those are my babies. I'm not making them super thick, but I'm not making them super thin. So yeah, that's the width right there. And then I just kind of toss them off to the side. Cut them in half. My dogs are freaking out. I mean, they've never smelled this kind of meat, and you can tell. They're like, wow, Ma, what are you cooking up there? Jeff's going to cut the grass. We were going to go grab something to eat, but I told him we still had those burgers that we didn't eat. And I had this I wanted to get done, so not going to be going out. Besides, he complains about, well, we need to back off and not go out as much. And then he's the first one to say, what's for dinner? You want to go out? No. Stay home and eat. He says, I ain't eating that. I know you ain't eating that. You'll eat it once it's made into jerky. He's not one for eating it as regular meat. He will when I do the neck. If you don't, that's fine, because Jake will. But what else was I going to say today? Somebody's worried about me, told me to be careful. Don't like that in there. About the way I drive and talk on the phone. I'm being careful, trust me. Especially when I got my puppies in the car with me. I'm definitely going to be careful. This little thing, I don't know if you've even noticed it. I got my cutting board, but I got this metal thing. Jeff used to work at Glass Tender. That's where he retired from. And they do bar equipment for bars and like display cases and stuff. And this thing here he got, it's just a piece of metal with a lip, so it goes over the edge of the counter, but it's also got a lip on the inside, so any juices like the blood in there, they stay inside that. I don't end up with that all over the cupboard. Now you will notice when I do this kind of stuff, I will use this. If I'm just shitting around with something not that major, then I won't. But when I'm doing something like this, yeah, I don't want this shit on my counter. So I'll put this thing, I set this just inside the pantry there. But it's real easy to clean. It's stainless steel. My, like when I do some of my, let's cut that off. Some of my canning, the juices, like tomatoes, when I'm doing the tomatoes, you know how you can have tomato juice all over freaking everything? I use this for that too. Keeps everything right inside. And then when I'm done, I just drain it out, rinse it out, and boom, it's clean. Okay, that's good. I do have a special knife that I use for when I cut my meat. I last year went and got some pork, some chicken, some turkey, cut it all up, made different kinds of, like what I'm doing here with the venison, and made a bunch of jerky, and I had a shit ton of the jerky. Jeff thought it was a little too salty. Oh, this has got some hair on it. I'll have to clean it off. I have a Ziploc bag inside here that I put all those bags in, and the meat that I cut off, and then I will put it inside of a trash bag to take it out. This will not go in my house. This will not go into my house. Yeah, when I have it like that where it's got the white on it, I will take that off. He's out there cutting. Okay. You can tell different processors because this isn't all the same deer. This is several different people gave Jake this deer meat, and you can tell it's different places that have processed stuff. I tell you what, if you're not used to being around deer meat like this, it can be kind of disgusting, but my dad, shit, when I was younger, we never seen my dad at Thanksgiving time. Never. We spent Thanksgiving at like my grandma's or one of my Aunt Ellie or something like that. Because my dad, he went hunting every year with his cousins, the Pembrokes, and they go up to the UP. They spent Thanksgiving up there. They even had one, I think it was Uncle Jack, would fix them their Thanksgiving dinner up there. He cooked a turkey up there and everything for them. They were never home on Thanksgiving. Never. It's just, my dad didn't come home, start being home for Thanksgiving for years. But Mom always had a Thanksgiving dinner. We just either went to an aunt or a grandma or something like that. Dad was never there, so. But, you know, that's how, but Dad always we always had venison. I can remember venison hanging in the garage at the house on Broadway, right over top of the drain. So I've kind of been around this. Plus I have sons that hunt and would clean their own, dress their own deer. I let John do it one time at my house in the garage that I had, and then after that it was like, nope, you want to dress it, you find somewhere else to do it. I am not having that freaking mess in my garage again, ever. Then he started, once he was married, he was doing them at his place, but I don't even know if he's even hunting anymore. I assume he's not. He can't even hold a job, let alone a place to live or have a gun for hunting. But anyways, this is me making venison jerky. I've got 3 different kinds here to make. I'll get them all into their seasons with the cure, with the flavoring. The one that's over here, that's jalapeno that I'm going to do, I'm going to make that very spicy. I got my, I'm not touching it with that hand. I got my hot. When I say these are hot, what I mean is not they don't just have seeds. When I dehydrated the peppers, it has skins in there too. So this is actually the peppers themselves. I dehydrated them, crushed them up, and put them into the thing. And like if I'm making a chili and I want to give it some spice, I'll take a teaspoon, not even a teaspoon, because that shit's hot, and just put it in the chili and mix the heck out of it. And then, but this is my hot one. This has got all my different ones that are really hot. I don't like that stuff. But I really should keep tying it up. That's good. Okay, so that one. I gotta stir those up a little bit more. I'm gonna smell them and make sure I've got the right amount of liquid smoke in them. See if I want to put some Worcestershire in the Hunter's blend. Put them in their respective bags. That way I can knead them during the course of the night, day, the rest of today and tomorrow, and then I will get everything else out. I will put the different, I got 2 of them over there. These are the other 3 that I'm gonna do for those 3 piles there. hopefully each rack I can put one whole thing on, because I think I only got 5 or 6 racks. I'd like to get, you know what I really want to get? And if I could find a place that has them like on sale, it's like a freezer. It's not a freezer. It's a, what the hell? I've seen. Why can't I think of it? They put something on the trays and put it in, and it takes 10 to 12 hours, and when they come back, it's brittle. It's freeze dryer. Sorry, you know me. So I'm gonna unplug. This is what we got. That one's the Hunter Blend. That one's the teriyaki. I've got the bags up here for the other ones. There's the meats there. There's the other seasons. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this off. My house smells like a freaking deer. This is my little, I took all the boxes and got that stuff in there. Those are for my jerky. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this shit together, put each one together. I might come back a little bit later. I've got to clean this up, and that's got to get out of here because I can smell it like you wouldn't believe. Tomorrow we will have some jerky. I can't wait to get this done. I love jerky. I love it, and I love it the way I make it. So everybody, this is what I've got, the mess I have going on. When you cut the meat, cut against the grain. That's for anything. That's for pork steak. That's for chicken. Anything that you want to dehydrate, you want to cut against the grain. Otherwise, if you cut with the grain, it's the strip, the tendons like are longer, and it makes it chewy. And I don't like chewy. I mean, and I will dehydrate the piss out of this to make sure they're perfect. If anybody lives close by and wants to try it, I know Jake's going to have some. He'll probably give some to Jeff and maybe Brady. But there's other people that watch my videos. If you watch my, and by the way, thank you a lot of people who have been like, they go through and they watch my videos. I had one lady say that she was watching the cooking videos and she actually seen like the second video before she seen the first video, so she didn't even know what the heck it was until she got it, the first video came where she could see that one. Everybody, if you go through my videos, find the one you like the most and share it on your page. Just share, you know, you don't even have to make a comment, or you could say, check this out, Cooking with Kat, hashtag Cooking with Kat. But if everybody shared their favorite video, that would help push my videos out, which I'm doing really good. It's like, I have been doing really good. When I post a video, I start, whatever time I post the video, like the other day, I had 1,300 followers. By the same time, the very next day, I had 1,400 followers. By the same time, the very next day, I had 1,500 followers. By last night at 9 o'clock, I had 1,600 followers. And at the rate I'm going right now, I'll have 1,700 by the end of tonight. So I know I'm getting the amount of followers that I need. I just need to do it for the 30 consecutive days. I think it is how it works. But right now, if you find the video you like the best with me, share it, please. I've even noticed that there's been more people looking at my TikTok. I post them all on Facebook, and then I put them on TikTok and on YouTube. And YouTube and TikTok, I wasn't getting as many people looking at them. Like on TikTok, mostly my grandkids. Jonathan and Danny and Bryson. Those are the ones that look on TikTok. Addie. No, Addie don't. She does it on Facebook. But they are the ones that mostly watch it. I've been noticing a lot more people have been watching it on TikTok, which is awesome. I'm great. I love it. Some of my videos on YouTube, nobody was watching. It'd say 0 views. And then all of a sudden they started 1 view, 2 view. Now we're up to 3 or 4. So the more we push it, the more people will watch it. And Megan is watching my watch shine on the floor, and she's trying to get it. You little weirdo, what are you doing? That's because I got the light on. So I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff together, and then I might come back later. It depends. I don't know what we're doing yet. But everybody have a great day. Find your favorite video of me. Share it, please. If anybody has questions or anything, ask. Otherwise, let me get this crap done, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.